with Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema, who many believe was the best striker in the world in the 2021-22 season. During Real Madrid's triumphant Champions League campaign, you may have noticed a heavy bandaging on his right arm. Why does he have it? Well, it's actually for medical purposes. In January 2019, Benzema broke his smallest finger on his right hand in a collision with Real Betis defender Marc Bartra, a gruesome-looking injury which the Frenchman was advised would rule him out of action for 2 months after surgery. Benzema, however, was having none of it, and he was back on the pitch for Real Madrid's next match, and even scored twice in their match 2 weeks later against Espanyol. Remarkably, the French star injured the hand again at some point in the 2021-22 campaign, which is why we still see the heavily bandaged hand to this day. The eagle-eyed amongst you who watched the 2022 Ballon d'Or ceremony will have seen that the finger is still showing the effects of the injury.
Some have even borrowed World Wrestling Entertainment rituals into football.
Here we go.
If you've watched any Premier League football in recent months, you'd be forgiven for looking at City striker Erling Haaland and thinking, what on earth does that guy eat? Well, the answer is a simple one: lasagna. Before every home game Haaland plays, it's tradition for his dad, Alf Inge Haaland, to prepare the Italian dish for Erling. He destroys the Italian dish before destroying whatever defender is left trailing in his wake on the way to his latest hat-trick.
One of the funniest and most iconic rituals of all time. Just too awkward.
Thibaut Courtois keeps his focus with a ritual that's all about preserving the ball's mystique. Before the match begins, Thibaut Courtois avoids touching the ball until it's absolutely necessary. He believes that not touching the ball preserves its magic for when he needs to make saves. It's like he's treating the ball as a rare artifact. Indiana Jones vibes, anyone? This ritual has become so ingrained that teammates sometimes tease him by tossing the ball his way pre-game, only to watch him dodge like it's hot lava. Let's be real, if I had Courtois' reflexes, I'd dodge responsibilities the same way. While Courtois avoids the ball, Pogba's ritual proves that confidence isn't just about skill, it's about making a bold statement even before the whistle blows. Before every big match, Pogba gets a fresh haircut. He believes that a sharp look boosts his confidence and intimidates opponents. Whether it's gold streaks or leopard prints, Pogba's hair is as iconic as his gameplay. Let's be honest, half the defenders are probably distracted trying to figure out his next hairstyle mid-match. And it's not just about looks. Pogba sees his ever-changing hairstyles as a way to express himself and connect with fans. His barber once revealed that Pogba's pre-match cuts are often inspired by his favorite music or even the vibe of the game he's about to play. Honestly, if football doesn't work out, Pogba's got a backup career as a runway model. Well, Pogba's style game might be unmatched.
If you are not playing, I'm not tapping your chest. Weird.
Mo Salah is one high-profile star who insists on being the last to enter the pitch, and his insistence on being at the back of the line means he always shares a hug in the tunnel with his adoring manager Jurgen Klopp. No wonder he gets a hug from his manager with that goal-scoring record. Features heavily in his trademark is Luis Suarez, who kisses his right hand 3 times during his goal celebration, something we've had to get very used to over the years. The former Liverpool, Barca and Atletico star kisses his hand 3 times in tribute to his family. He first kisses the ring finger in tribute to his wife, before kissing his wrist, which holds a tattoo of the name of his daughter Delfina, before rounding off the celebration by kissing 3 of his fingers in tribute to his family, made up of his wife and 2 children.
Neymar is already a ritual on its own.
But Neymar takes things a step further. He doesn't just play football, he dances into it. A full-on dance party. He blasts Brazilian samba music in the locker room and dances like nobody's watching. Let's be real, if Neymar wasn't a footballer, he'd probably be headlining a music festival. According to Neymar, it helps him shake off nerves and get into the rhythm of the game, literally. And it's not just samba. Sometimes he switches it up with reggaeton or even old school funk. Neymar's playlist has become so iconic that some of his teammates have started joining in, turning the locker room into a mini dance floor. Honestly, Neymar's locker room vibe could turn a pre-match warm-up into the next TikTok dance challenge, while Neymar grooves his way onto the pitch with music and dance.
Does it even matter if it's a home game? Yes, it does for some players.
Manchester City superstar Jack Grealish is certainly a player afforded that luxury. But he chooses to give that tradition the boot, as he starred in the promotion campaign with his boyhood club Aston Villa. His sponsors will have been keen for Villa's star man to parade their latest shoe on a weekly basis. But Grealish took the unusual approach of wearing the same boots over and over again, until they were literally falling apart. Having scored a few goals and created a few for his teammates with his once new boots, Grealish felt they must be his lucky charm, and so chose to wear them every single week until Villa were promoted back into the Premier League. Thankfully for the boots and his sponsors, Grealish led his team to promotion thanks to a playoff victory, and the boots were confined to the sidelines. I bet his dad was extremely proud.
The coolest rituals come from one of the most quarrelsome players.
During the 90s and 2000s, it didn't take long for David to become one of the greatest goalkeepers in Premier League history. But it was all thanks to how he spent his weekends preparing for games. Most people clock out, get lit, and enjoy their weekends off. But David, he's built different. This man took his career beyond seriously. And whenever he was out living his everyday life, he lived every single second as if footballs were being flung at him from every direction.